in America for like 7 years now. I know I've lived in America for way too long because last week I was at a bar and I heard another British guy talking, and my first thought when I heard his voice was, why are you talking like an idiot? He was like, oh yeah mate, me and the geezers are well knackered from the weekend. We saw some fit birds, sang some pints, had some proper naughty banter in it. I was like, those aren't real words. Speak English, motherfucker, this is America. He started speaking to me, he was like, what do you think of England's football at the World Cup? I said, it's called soccer. Learn the language or get out. You revolutionary war-losing piece of shit. He's like, wait mate, you're being a bit of a cunt. I said, we don't use that word over here. You twat. Love America, man. Best Mexican food in the world. Is that enough pandering to start the show? My immigration officer is here tonight, that's why I have to say all this stuff. He'll stay for 2 more years. This is nice, I like being down in Texas, you know, it's super cool to be down there in Texas. I like being in Texas because you have a different kind of rich people in Texas. You have what I call Christian rich people. These are rich people who have no guilt about being rich. They're just like, God gave me this 4,000 acre property because I am better than you. You wanted a mansion, your daddy should have prayed a little bit harder. God has a plan for everyone, and for me, it's a tax-exempt life insurance trust fund. It's cool because up north, everywhere else, people are so guilty about being rich. Yeah, they don't even say they're rich. They always use another word, privilege. It was like, I grew up privileged. My family is privileged. It's like, no, say you're rich, because sure, privilege is correct, but you're hiding the truth. Yes, like someone being like, I'm on antibiotics. It's like you have chlamydia. I shouldn't be drinking, I'm on antibiotics. So I was in the bathroom before coming on stage. Welcome guys, welcome to see you, good to see you. I was in the bathroom before coming on stage. I got a small bladder. You know, that's my thing, I always pee quicker than the guy at the urinal next to me. People think because I have a small bladder, I have a small penis. I'll have you know, multiple women who've seen my penis. And every single one of them has said, wow, I am actually on my period. This is cool, this is nice to be here. Yeah, you ever had to convince TikTok you're not gay, sir? You ever had to convince TikTok you're not gay? It happened to me. I was on TikTok the other day, dude showed up dancing in his underwear. I scrolled past, I was like, I don't want that. TikTok showed me another dude dancing in his underwear. I was like, I don't want that. TikTok was like, you want that. TikTok's like, you want everything else we showed you? You want that. I was like, maybe I want that, but I don't want to want that. I didn't know how to convince them I was straight. I just started searching like the straightest searches imaginable. You're like, sexy woman in panties. But the searches were so straight, they were suspicious. Like TikTok stopped showing me dudes dancing in their underwear. It just started showing me therapists being like, so you're in the closet about being gay. Eventually TikTok did start showing me women dancing in their underwear, but it felt hollow. You know, every time one popped up, you could just hear TikTok's voice in the back of my head, being like, just know, we know. Very brave of me not to give TikTok a Chinese accent in that joke. This is cool. I am from anyone here from another country, by the way, make some noise? Some quiet Mexicans? They heard there was an immigration officer in the house, and they were like, silencio, mi amigo, silencio. They would get up and leave, the man's like, where are you going? They're like, we're on our period. So, we gotta go. No one here is from another country. Anyone here traveled to another country? Okay, there we go. How are you, sir? Which one country you've traveled to? China. China, that's cool. You know, the capital of China is Beijing. Very much. This is a little trick I learned when I was 18. I learned the capital of every country because I was ready to get to lose my virginity. And I read on Yahoo News that women like a well-traveled man. So I was like, fake it till you make it. I learned the capital of every country just so I could lose my virginity. There are 196 countries. 195 if you're anti-Semitic. I love the capital of everyone. And I'll prove it to you right now. Yell out any country, I'll give you its capital. I did it just so I can lose my virginity. Feel free, yell them out. Madagascar and Tananarivo. That's a great capital. Some more countries? Ghana, Accra, back there. Tanzania, well, you could argue it's Dodoma or it's Dar es Salaam. I would argue it's Dodoma because that's the constitutional capital. Senegal, Dakar, some more countries. New Zealand, Wellington, I heard Bosnia, I think Sarajevo, some more countries. Say again? Kazakhstan, Astana, one more country. Lebanon, Beirut, over here. Bhutan, Thimphu. In other years, I lost my virginity. To a prostitute. Who saw that one coming? Not I. I was 18, I had just graduated high school, I actually went to boarding school, and you guys know what boarding school is, right? Yeah, gay high school, so. Sooner. But I was 18, I just graduated gay high school, and I was in Amsterdam, which is the capital of the Netherlands, and I get a message from this guy, Phil, and he says, do you want to get your rocks off in the red light district? And I was high, so I agreed, and so we met up, we met up and we walked around the red light district, and we knocked on this prostitute's door, and she let us in. She was a very beautiful woman. I didn't know how formal the introductions were, so I just started. I said, hello, my name is Simon, this is my companion Phil, it is a pleasure to meet you. She says, take your pants off. We take off our jeans. She says, and your underpants. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't want to do this with Phil, right, Phil? And I look at Phil, and Phil's got his dick out. She says, okay, let me get someone else. So she goes to this back room, brings out another prostitute. It was double Dutch. And she says, who do you want? And Phil says, I'm happy either way, mate. Lips are lips. And I'm like, that is the grossest thing anyone has ever said in the history of things. But then the original prostitute, the OP, she says, honey, who do you want? And I'm like, I guess I've known you for longer. And so the other prostitute, she leaves the Phil, and as she's leaving, she turns around, she looks at me, she says, fuck you. And I say, you wish? And so I'm left with this prostitute. I lie on this day bed, and I take off my underpants, and she says, I'm actually on my period. But then we have sex, you know, and that was that. You know, that was the time I lost my virginity, and you know, afterwards, you know, I cleaned up, and you know, she and I, we shook hands. And I said, that was my first time, and she says, with a prostitute? And I say, sure. But then I'm like, no, that was actually my first time, and I know it wasn't special for you, but it was special for me, and I'd love to get to know you a bit. And she said, I'll never forget her words. She said that, I'll never forget. She said, my name is Elena, I am 34 years old. I have worked as a sex worker for 8 years. I came over from Croatia with my 2-year-old son. It is good work, it is noble work, it pays the bills just like any other job. And anyone who looks down on sex work should really look down on themselves. And I said, you're from Croatia. Did you know the capital of Croatia? Is Zagreb. So that was the time I lost my virginity, but I think we're going to have a fun show tonight, right? Are we going to have a fun show tonight? Oh yeah, it's been amazing in Austin. Love this city, beautiful city. It's great. I did recently learn though, you know, there are a lot of homeless people here in Austin. But I found out recently you're not meant to call them homeless people, you have to call them people who are currently experiencing homeless. Yeah, and it goes for everything. So you want to call someone an addict, you call them someone who is currently experiencing addiction. Yes, I guess don't call me a comedian. Call me someone who is currently experiencing homelessness and addiction. That joke would be funnier if I wasn't on antibiotics.